Hello. In today's video, we are going to go over the overall layout of the Growth Strategy Planner. So I'm not going to get too deep into any one section because we're going to do focus videos on each one of those sections. So check out those focus videos for more details on any of these. All right, so looking at the planner itself, you can see over here on the side that there are quite a few different elements to it, but I promise they all make sense and they're all fairly simple in terms of their usage and they all fit together in a really important and amazing way. So starting out, we can see that this is really just the tracking data in the sense, or the filing data would be a better word for it. So project, name of the company, who is the person who is in charge, project launch date, and when are you meeting to go over this? Because of course, as you know, there is the initial setup process, and then this is a cyclical, ever improving process. Growth goal, really important because this is really what sets the tone for this entire document. It's going to be your guiding star. It's going to be the thing that every decision you make, you check against this goal basically, and every other goal you make that is more specific trickles down from this goal. So that's why it's important. And as we trickle down, right? So first we get a bird's eye view of what is coming up in, we like to look at things a quarter at a time and then maybe have a more general look further out than a quarter. But basically what's going to be going on at a high level, how is one thing moving into the other? And then we get even more specific as we get into the dashboard. And the dashboard is really the heart of this whole document. But as always, we want to make sure that everything that's going on in the dashboard, and like I said, in a different video, I'll get more into these different components and what they do, has to be aligned with the overall timeline and aligned with the goal. And that focus is challenging, but that's what makes this document so special, is that it holds you accountable to making consistent progress forward in the same direction instead of bouncing all over the place with your momentum. So the dashboard is really what keeps us clear in terms of specific action. It tells us who is doing what next and what are we doing after that. So basically, if things are being held up and it's easy and color coded, who do you look to for that? Who do you ask the questions to? And I'll say this in every video where I talk about the current priorities, less is more, right? One current priority is still gonna usually have at least a couple of metrics or more specific goals in it. So keep it simple, people. Start with even one current priority. Complicate things if you have to. And if you realize you have way too much stuff going on to fill this, or it's just gonna be over full, then maybe do some separate work to simplify along with your overall growth goal. Okay, this next section here is issues. This is critical because as you're going through your dashboard, stuff's gonna come up. You're gonna realize, oh, we need to talk about that more. Oh, there's an issue there. Oh, things aren't working as they should. This is where you dump them. And it's really important to kind of separate the problems from the solving. We'll get into the best way to solve in another video again. But as you move through this, you want to be making sure that you're tracking the promised action. So this is where these action items come in and why they have a separate section than the overall dashboard, because not every action item is going to be always within your current priorities. And sometimes you just want to track things for clients in one place. All right, as we get towards the end of this here, we have the content wish list. This is my favorite part of this whole thing because this is where you just dump all of those amazing ideas. And, later on, much like with the issues, you can triage them. You can figure out where they fit, when to bring them on. But this is really the menu that you're going to choose your meals from, so to speak, as you're building a feast with your growth strategy, getting out of the feast and famine and into just the feast cycle with much smaller dips. And last but not least, finished actions and topics. So this can get a little bit more loosey-goosey in terms of how you're tracking things, but please track what you're doing, track your success, celebrate it, pause to see how far you've come. It's super important. Anyway, hope this helped kind of just give you an idea of what this document's all about. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.